Almost a year ago, I spent 20 minutes whining and crying over what I consider to be the worst villain in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. In 2022, coming out as a Toru hater is shamed just as hard as coming out as a League of Legends player. God, I sound so young. Now that I'm a new man, a much more mature, year-older man, I think it's time for me to discuss who is on the other side of that coin. The person who is not only the definitive best villain in JoJo's, but also one of my favorite anime and manga villains of all time. What, you think it's Cars? This loser? Get the f*** out of here. Oh, you think Dio is the best. Actually, you know what? That's fair. Good on you. But based on the title and thumbnail, you guys already know which villain has left the biggest impact on me. That's right, I'm talking about Part 4's main villain, Morio's freakiest citizen, Yoshikage Kira. When it comes to anime villains, you might as well call me Sparta, 'cause I got two kings. The only other villain I would suggest even putting in the same league as Yoshikage Kira is Askeladd from Vinland Saga, but that's a video for another day. Yoshikage Kira is a middle-aged Japanese businessman. He has a proper job with proper coworkers and an incredibly healthy daily routine I am quite jealous of. What sticks out to first-time viewers of the series is how real Kira is. Sure, he has his JoJo's classic bizarre tendencies, but Dio was an egomaniac vampire supervillain and Cars was an Aztec stripper god. Kira is just some dude that kills people. Kira is a serial killer, a man who has lived in Morio his entire life, preying on women, stalking and killing them since he was 18 years old. What makes Kira scary is how real he is. Vampires don't exist, serial killers do. Cars can only be as scary as a fictional monster can get. I'm sorry to break it to you, but pillar men don't exist. Nobody can go hundreds of years without eating and keep all of their muscles. How well do you know your neighbor? How do you know your neighbor isn't a sociopath with a kill streak in the triple digits and that you aren't next? Okay, I'd like to apologize, I took that way too far. But you get my point. Kira isn't a fighter like Dio and Cars were. He's a predator. He preys on people weaker than him, killing them without any opposition. Let me share the scene that sold Yoshikage Kira to me. After years of careful evasion, Kira was caught. He was careless. The usually incredibly thorough serial killer left evidence, a metaphorical blood trail that led right to him. Cornered, he has no other option than to fight, and he wins. Kira kills his opponents. He kills the only people who have uncovered his identity. But there's a problem. They have allies that are coming for backup, and they will arrive in like 30 seconds. Kira knows this, and he is afraid of this. He probably can't win that fight. They don't know Kira is the killer. The only people who did are now dead. But once they arrive and see this, yeah, it won't be too hard to put two and two together. So what do you think Kira does here? Does he A, escape from the scene to ensure his identity remain a secret? Or does he B, stand his ground and prepare for a fight? Or does he C, get down and start playing with his victim's toes? Kira knows he has no time. He knows he needs to book it ASAP. But standing there, seeing the lifeless corpse of his victim, he becomes fixated on the dude's socks. His socks are on wrong, and it really ticks Kira off. Seeing Kira sacrifice everything, his security, his quiet life, just to fix some damn socks on a corpse is so irrational, it becomes creepy. This is some real serial killer shit right here. He's planning on blowing up the body into nothing anyways. Nobody will ever see these socks, yet Kira just couldn't help himself. Watching this scene for the first time was baffling. Kira is a monster, but a different kind of monster from Dio or Cars. He's a realistic monster. But what truly separates Kira from the villains before him is what he does next. When the new enemies arrive to the battlefield, Kira starts to sob. He whines, He cries. Kira puts on the facade like a weak, pathetic civilian. Kira belittles himself and pretends to be the victim, a scared, innocent man caught up in something much bigger than himself. Can you imagine Dio doing this? Cars doing this? No, you can't. They're both egomaniacs. They would never lower themselves like that. But Kira doesn't care. He is willing to do anything to survive, even at the cost of his pride, and that is something I cannot imagine Cars or Dio doing. Kira is often criticized for coming late into the story. He is only formally introduced around halfway through the part, whereas Cars and Dio were known from nearly the beginning. But what people fail to understand is, this plays into Kira's character. Kira is a man who hides in plain sight. That's like his whole thing. It's not that Kira wasn't in the first half of part 4, it's that you didn't even notice he was there. Literally. This isn't some metaphorical crap. Kira is only formally introduced to us in episode 17, but if you go back to episode 12... Oh my god! There he is! That is the Yoshikage Kira. Trust me, I'd recognize his David Bowie looking ass anywhere. What's he doing? I don't know. Just out and about in the world, maybe off to a meeting, maybe off to kill some poor sap, I don't know. In fact, the very first scene of part 4 shows us Yoshikage Kira and his classic morning routine. We just don't get a glimpse of his body. On a first viewing, you wouldn't even notice anything about this scene. Why would you?
Oh my gosh.
But it's so genius because it proves to us, the audience, that yeah, Kira can and probably will be able to keep getting away with his killings. We, the viewers, are looking at Kira the same way all the other residents of Morio do. Just another random dude. Okay, that's as objective I'm gonna get with this video. The rest of this is gonna be classic Chewy Dog yapping about why I love Kira with very little actual reason and insane biases. So if you don't want to hear it, you can get the fuck out. It's called a door, and you can walk right through it. Oh my god, Kira's design. Torpu's outfit? Cars' outfit? What outfit? Kira's outfit? Hot tamala, clean up on aisle check, please. It's basic enough for me to realistically believe that this guy can blend in with society, but still being fabulous enough for a JoJo villain. Although I do wonder what his coworkers thought of the cat skull tie. I guess this is just modern high fashion. Now let's talk about the music. Kira's theme is top 5 most recognizable tracks in the whole series. I don't even remember what Diavolo's theme sounds like. Kira's theme is so memorable because it's so unique. I'm no music expert, so frankly, I'm not even gonna try and pretend that I know what I'm talking about, but come on, you know what I mean. Kira's theme has got this. You know, no other theme sounds like that. Kira also has the coolest stand of any of the main villains. That's right, I said it. I like Killer Queen more than I do the world. Not the world, the world. I've already done this bit. Killer Queen, they're gonna kill ya, dog. Your dick's too fat, your swag's too plenty. Just look at Killer Queen's design, the pink killer cat. This stand is named after the Queen song, Killer Queen. In it, there's the line, playful as a pussycat. Oh my god. Araki, you genius. Boom. There you go. There's your pussycat. The song also says, gunpowder, gelatine, dynamite with a laser beam. I wonder if this is all just a coincidence, considering Killer Queen's ability is to blow up! Anything Killer Queen touches can be turned into a bomb, and Kira can detonate the bomb at any time by clicking his thumb down like an invisible C4 detonator. Explosions are flashy, they're badass. This stand is also perfect for Yoshikage Kira. It allows him to instantly destroy any evidence of his murders. And Killer Queen is the sole reason he has been able to evade any police or investigators for 15 years. It's actually not funny. A lot of people died. Oh my god. Do you get it? The main character stand is to repair things, and the main villain's stand is to break things. That's like, oh my god, they were made for each other. Look at this. Look at these fine young gentlemen. Alright, you are sick in the head if you think Two-Face Joe is cooler than Catman. Another fascinating part of Kira is all the phases we see him go through. Back to the sock scene from earlier, Kira f***s up. He let his psychotic tendencies get the best out of him, and he is caught. But Kira had a trump card, a backup. Kira has been stalking a man named Kosaku Kawajiri. Kira knows where he lives, he knows his family, he knows his job. Kira even practices his handwriting, all for this day. Kira abducts Kawajiri and brings him to Cinderella Beauty Salon and forces the owner to use her stand to swap their faces. That day, Yoshikage Kira died, and thus begins Kosaku Kawajiri era. This is my favorite arc in the entire franchise. Watching Kira attempt to assimilate into a family he doesn't belong in is so creepy yet so entertaining. The solitary serial killer now has a wife and a son, and he cannot blow his cover. At this point in the story, the perspective shifts over from Josuke over to Hayato, Kira's new estranged son. And we get to witness Hayato's journey of learning that his dad isn't actually his dad. Capgrass delusion is a real syndrome in which you believe someone close to you has been replaced by an imposter. And I'm pretty sure Araki created this arc to explore this idea. Kira's final phase comes when he is cornered yet again. Like a dumb little rat in a rat trap factory, the kid got him. Yet again, Kira's been outed as a killer, and well, old habits die hard. Kira lets his emotions get to him, and he kills the kid. There is no way to get out of this now. His wife is just outside the door. There's a dead kid on their bathroom floor. Kira, you are done. But then, it's morning, and the kid is alive. Oh shit. It's Groundhog Day time. Kira awakens his time bomb biting dust power spike. If Kira ever f***s up again, the day will automatically reset without him even doing anything. After an entire arc of Kira cowering in fear, he is now immortal, and it's getting to his head. Kira becomes one cocky bastard. F*** it. Melonhead. Does he even look like Kosaku anymore? Kira doesn't care. He's unstoppable now. Let them figure it out. Let them deal with Killer Queen Bites the Dust. All throughout a single JoJo part, Kira goes from default skin to the MILF magnet, and finally, Kira the melon-headed bites the Dustian. All of these phases fully explored in like 15 episodes. Other villains go through their own phases too, but none have kept me as invested and on the edge of my seat the way Kira did. And I think that is the crux of why I love him so much. Kira keeps me entertained. He keeps me guessing what he is gonna do next. How will he get away with it this time? No other villain in JoJo's has completely enthralled me the way Kira did. And honestly, not really any other anime or manga villains have either. Okay, subscribe if you want more of me. Bye!